Our next bill is Senate Bill 2814.
As 2814 amends current law to allow persons access to their uncertified long-form copy of their original birth certificate upon request.
So I'd ask us to begin with Dr. Stacey Patton.
Thank you for this opportunity. I am case number KC114343. My birth certificate is a state secret. My own birth is none of my business. My life began with rejection and abandonment, and this truth continues to hurt me. And all I want to do is heal this festering wound. Recovering my original birth certificate is a key part of that process and my quest to know myself. For over 3 decades, I've been living a life without basic access to information about my body, my health, my identity, and my history. All the personal properties one needs to feel like a whole human being, to feel like someone with roots and a sense of continuity. Children don't give birth to themselves. And when your parents give you up for adoption, you don't know who they are or why they gave you up. Your life is dominated by unanswered questions and unsolved mysteries that can drive you out of your mind. Ladies and gentlemen, I have compassion for those who believe in the principle of protecting the right of privacy of birth mothers who relinquish their children. I ask you to listen as well to the voices and the rights of their children, to the personal lifelong costs, both emotional and practical, involved for adoptees denied access to their original birth certificates. Consider the following. Each time I've gone to a new doctor and I'm asked if there's a history of diabetes or cancer or any other major ailment, I have to say, I don't know. I'm adopted. And each time I get a cold reminder, a flash of pain and sadness that comes with not knowing the answer. And then I watch as the doctors write UNK, short for unknown, in my medical file, while I live with the specter of something nasty turning on me in my genes. I was born in Montclair in 1978. When my birth certificate was amended in 1985, when I was adopted, my biological parents and I became legally defined as strangers forever. The state of New Jersey, acting as my guardian, acting in what they assumed to be the best interests of a vulnerable child, presumed that I would grow up, not wanting to see my original name, an image of my infant footprint, the time of my birth, how much I weighed, the name of the hospital where I was born, and who my biological parents were. By sealing my birth certificate, the state presumed that my life would only be meaningful after adoption. Not having my birth certificate and not knowing the story of my origins meant growing up with attachment and identity issues, without a healthy sense of trust and the ability to develop close relationships. Having truthful documentation of our birth story, facing it and getting closure, produces healing and a chance to create a different legacy for ourselves. With the assistance of the New Jersey Adoption Registry, years ago I was reunited with my birth family, and yet it is still not enough. I have no photographs from my early childhood. There's no one to tell me about the day that I was born, about my first steps, my first words. My biological parents are deceased. My birth mother is buried in an unmarked grave in Paramus, New Jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to put a marker on her grave, but I've been told that I have to show documentation that I am next of kin. Without my original birth certificate, I can't prove that I'm my mother's daughter. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want my adoption history, the rejection, the abandonment, and the unanswered questions to be the central narrative of who I am. Having my original birth certificate will help me know myself so that I can become who I want to be. And last, for those of my older adoptive brothers and sisters who've been fighting and waiting for decades and are now approaching the sunset of their lives, please, please do not let them leave this world without knowing who they are. I thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Patton.
That was extraordinary.
Thank you.
Thank you for those words. Thank you for really summing up what somebody feels and doing it so eloquently.
Thank you so much.